Hey everybody, today I'm going to be coloring this little popcorn Sprite. I've already got her colored for the main part, but I wanted to pop her up so that I could have this popcorn kind of sitting behind her. So I'm going to get started coloring that. The colors I'm using are E99, YR31, and YR30. Sorry, it's still early this morning, so trying to still get my brain to work. So I'm just coloring in where the shadows would be on the popcorn a little bit, just very, very fine little flicks. And one thing I like about Aurora wings is she puts a lot of detail everywhere in her drawings. So you don't really have to guess too much where the shadows should go and shouldn't go. And I love this little popcorn Sprite. She's so cute. Now I'm going to move on to YR31, and I'm just going to go in and really blend the E99 out. I'm not going to do too much more than that and just put an extra kind of little shadowy line, because we know the butter does not go all over our popcorn all the time. So I want to leave a little bit of contrast. Trying to do this as quick as possible. I know you don't want to sit here and watch me color the entire time. Plus, it's a little hard to concentrate on what I'm doing. So now I'm moving on to YR30. This is going to be our last color. If you've watched my videos before, you know sometimes I go in with the darker colors. This is not going to hold true for this time. I'm still trying to blend out that E99 a little bit while I blend the YR31. But I'm just trying to make it look like we got some butter or maybe even some caramel on the popcorn. I've already actually colored these bits, but I cut them out and I put them on other parts of the card or the invitation. So there's our popcorn all done. Okay, now we will move on to the other part, the invitation. So this red piece of paper is 6 by 6 1/4. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score it on the 6-inch side, and I'm going to score it at 1 inch. There we go. So I'm just going to fold this a little bit. Get my bone folder. Fold that down. So now I've also got this bag. Is just a sandwich cookie bag. I'm sure you guys have gotten them before. Usually people put cookies in them. They can be bigger. You can even get these a little bit smaller if you don't want your invitations to be this size. I usually go to Uline to get them. So, but warning, I have like 5,000 of these. So I'm going to cut this down now. Let's see, I'm going to cut it this way, and I want this very edge here to be lined up with the 5. And I just want to cut that bottom half off. Now I'm going to use, if I can reach it, here we go. I'm going to use my Xyron Mega Runner. And I'm just going to, now if you have people you think would be a little bit rougher on the invitation, you might want to use something a little bit stronger, like, I don't know, some of the tape and stuff. So I'm just going to line this up with the score line and make sure that it's even on either side. And we're going to lay this down. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this again. These things right here, this size, that's where the 1/2 inch Mega Runners come in really, really handy. So, and you just lay that down. So now you can see that we have the base. Now it's time to decorate. I have this piece of paper is 6 1/4 by 3/4 long. And then I also have, now I've made this a couple times just to make sure I could get it right. So, but I ran this through and I already have some little strips that have been foiled with the Xyron transfer foil. So, and that's just in the, what color do they call it? Oh, it's just red. I thought they were going to have a fancy name, but it's just the red color. So I'm going to set that aside for a second because we need to do this one. And I'm going to grab my Xyron Creative Light because this goes much faster when I use this to just put these little strips in here. Much faster and much easier. Okay. There we go. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, I have the 3 inch in here right now. Okay. So pull that out. So I'm gonna go ahead and rub this a little bit and make sure that all the adhesive stays where it's supposed to stay and not on me. I have a bad habit of the adhesive liking to stick to me instead of where it's supposed to go. So I'm going to grab my scissors. So I wanted, here I'll just show you. I already cut this out. I popped up the little popcorn pieces that I told you that I cut out. This invitation I made myself. I used the Billabong font. I will go ahead and attach the PDF for this down below so that you can use it too if you want to, in case you don't have that font or you just like how I have it laid out, whatever you want. But I made this down here with these as well. And I just did that with this, and the same way I'm doing it now. And I just lined these up, which that one I didn't put on very well. There we go. And then just cut it off. It takes a little bit of time to do it, but I really like how it gives that extra little shimmer, because the way that I cut, or excuse me, colored the little popcorn girl is I wanted her to look like one of those little old-timey, because they don't use them anymore, but they used to have the red and white striped popcorn boxes. You can get them now, like for parties and stuff like that, since the backyard movie parties and stuff like that have come in and be so popular. So, but I really, if you can tell by her dress, the way that I colored it. I really wanted her to look like a popcorn box with her little outfit. So I'm almost done with this. As you can see, these strips are 3/8 wide. Just so you know, what I cut this in as well. Looks like I'm only going to need a little bit of this next one, but the nice thing is I can stick it back on here and I can save it for another time or for something else that I want to do. Because I actually, if you saw the foil paper, I actually made quite a few of these because I didn't do the math. Let's just be honest. I didn't do the math and figure out how much I would actually need. So I'll just stick that back on there and I can save that for another time. This, move that out of the way. This, I'm just going to put on with my Xyron runner. I could have used my Creative Station light, but this is just faster for right now. And I'm just going to put that on the center of my little flap. Now I have, where are they? 2 little scalloped rectangles that are from La La Land Crafts. They are the second largest. No, I take that back. They're the third largest, so the second smallest because it comes in a group of 4. And I will have the link for you down at the bottom. I'm just going to cut these in half. And I'm going to use my scalloped oval, which this is also from this oval. I printed her out, and then I put her with the oval from La La Land Crafts through the machine as well. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and stick her on here right now. And I'm just going to be using some foam sheets. This side came adhesive, and then I ran it through my Creative Station light to make my own foam dots, or squares, whatever you want to call it. Well, it's more cost effective, to be quite honest. And I really like that if you don't get it right where you want it to go, it's actually repositionable until it's been there for a few days. So it's really, really nice. So I'm going to flip her over. Put this on here. That way her little piggy tails stand up and don't start to flop. You'll notice that I use quite a bit of these just because I don't want it to start to sag, and I don't want it to start to flop or anything like that. I used to actually be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I used very, very little of my what they call Stampin' Dimensionals, which is the 3D foam. But then I realized my cards were starting to, if I put one on each corner, it would start to sag in the middle if I put anything heavy on it. So I started just going for it and using a lot more. So let's take the paper off and get her on there. There we go. Okay. So now I cut it to where part of her little popcorn hair would actually hang off of the edge of the scalloped oval. I need to wake up. I should have had some coffee before I made this video, quite honestly. So, but at least you guys get to have a good laugh this morning, right? So I'm going to figure out where I want her, and it looks like I did not color one of my little pumpkin things. Nice thing about this is I can just go in really fast and get this one little thing. See, normally when I play my music, you guys don't have to listen to me think my way through everything. Because when I color my other videos, when I'm coloring, I'm just coming up the color with the colors as I'm coloring. It's nothing that is pre-planned or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead, and the reason I cut these in half is because you're not going to see the middle. So why waste the paper? So I'm going to go ahead and arrange these so that they're just kind of a little bit off center here. And make sure that the edges are covered so no one can tell that I cut them in half. There, so I'll do it just like that. I'm going to go ahead and take her off, and I will just stick it on that one, and then I can put them both down. Same over here. Put that there, and I moved this a little, so I got to make sure I put it back properly. There we are. Now we will go ahead and put some foam on the back of this. And just use all the little pieces that I've already got. And it looks like I need one more piece. Go. Put her right in the center. There we go. Okay, so the next thing to do after this is I have this piece of paper here, which is just white, Whisper White cardstock, and it is 5 1/4 by 6 1/2. And I am just, because I don't like the unfinished edge, I'm like the finished edge a little bit more. So I am just going to use my Mega Runner again, put that on there. Line this up. I'm going to have to stand up for this, I can't see. So line it up to where it's even and put it down. Okay. And then you can go ahead and put your invitation in. Don't glue that part down, like I did slightly. So, and then you can just pull it out. You can go ahead and put ribbon on here. You can put string, like some baker's twine or something on there, whatever you would like. And then I'm just going to finish this off with some sequins and just make it all kinds of fun. So I will see you guys next time. Now you know how to make your little invitation in a bag, and I hope you had a good time with the video. I will see you guys next time. Bye now.